War over the conflict in Ukraine is still ongoing, with an American newspaper, USA Today, now recognizing its tendency to fabricate facts after a reporter resigned for inventing sources in articles.
The audit revealed that some individuals quoted were not affiliated with the organisations claimed and appeared to be fabricated. The existence of other individuals quoted could not be independently verified. In addition, some stories included quotes that should have been credited to others. As a result, USA Today removed 23 articles from its website and other platforms for not meeting our editorial standards. Miranda has resigned as a reporter.
At least two of the reporter's articles pulled by the paper focused on the conflict in Ukraine, one of which suggested negligence by Russia after it overtook the Zaporozhye nuclear power plant in the first weeks of the war, while a second focused on the brave Ukrainian women fighting Russian troops, also deemed to be based on fake quotes. Now, the publication has apologized for the articles and fired the reporter who wrote them while pledging to improve their fact correction system. Now, the stories join a veritable library of shame pumped out by Western media since the start of the war, including an incident where reporters used old footage of the Ukrainian shelling of Donetsk that left dozens of civilians dead to accompany stories related to the Russian shelling of Kiev. Earlier, I spoke to Steve Gill, a radio host and political commentator, who told me that it is terrifying that newspapers continue to publish such lies.
I don't think anybody believes that this was the only reporter engaged in this kind of making up quotes, making up stories. It takes a culture to produce that kind of outright lie and a pattern. And I think the real irony is that this is a publication that does the fact checking for Facebook, and they can't even check the facts within their own newspaper. And Gannett, which owns USA Today, has newspapers throughout the United States. Back to the fighter pilot that was the ghost of Kiev that was supposedly shooting down dozens of Russian aircraft, turned out not to be true. You had the sailors, the Ukrainian ground forces that were taunting a Russian warship that supposedly got obliterated, turned out to not be true. And those are just a few examples of the fake news that has perpetrated the public perspective, certainly in the West, from the beginning of this. People that get hired at newspapers by editors that have a liberal bent, by their supervisors that have a liberal bent, by the journalism colleges that they go to that have a liberal bent, they come in with a perspective that is not necessarily an accurate worldview, and then it gets promoted with not only who hires them, but who promotes them. So I think it's a major problem. We've seen it in the U.S. for a long time. And I think it's a dangerous problem because if the public isn't getting the truth, it really is hard for a democracy, a republic to operate.